somebody at someone in my life started recently talking about being old and talking about getting old and how it feels to be like mature and what it's like imagine if everything that you wanted to do didn't happen. And she was like I'm not going to tell you who it was, but she was just kind of sad or whatever. She was saying that she was scared of getting old and not being able to fulfill all the things that she wanted to do in her life. And I was just sitting there like kind of laughing because that stuff like is just so depressing. Why would you worry about stuff that hasn't happened yet? I mean, people have so long to live, especially when they're really young. Like this woman was pretty young. She's not going to die anytime soon. Well, at least I hope not. And I hope I don't die anytime soon because I'm only 27 right now and it would suck a lot. But then again, I don't really care. Like if I'm going to die, then that's what's going to happen. But it's just like, why do people worry about getting old, and why do people worry about what's gonna happen? It's so dramatic. Even like people that do stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, if they're entertainers, they always worry about the ending of their channels and stuff like that. Like, who cares? Like, if you take stuff so serious, then you're never gonna move past anything, and and if you do, you'll be struggling. But at the same time, like there are people who just like roll by life. Like The Big Lebowski is an awesome is an awesome movie if you guys haven't seen it. But in that movie, he just like accepts everything. He goes through all his trials and tribulations, and at the end of the movie, you know, he went through a huge adventure. And that's, to me, that's what everything is all about. It's just going through the adventure. Sometimes you go through rough times. Sometimes you go through some patches of life that are not so pleasant, but you have to go through those patches of darkness. You have to go through the shadows in order to appreciate the light, or even to see the light in life. And to me, when I think about things like death and when I think about things like getting old and being afraid of those things, like to me, like I don't want to think about that. I would just want to focus on what I'm doing at the moment. Like when she was talking about it, we were having lunch, and I said, you know what? All I'm focused on right now is how amazing this bacon tastes. And that's really that's what I told her. I was like, I'm not thinking about death, or I'm not thinking about growing old. And she's like, well, what about that bacon? It's gonna make you, you know, like it's gonna make you die faster. It has a lot of cholesterol and all this. And I'm like, well, you know, that I can worry about that when the time comes. I know it's kind of ignorant to say, but to be honest, I think that people that worry will probably die quicker than people that just go by life and just have fun. I mean, life is all about having fun, especially like your job. If you're not having fun, then what's the point? And if you're just worrying all the time and you die, then you just had like a miserable life. So to me, I think it's just so much better if you just chill out, relax, especially when it comes to anything in your life, to work, to whatever. You just have to sit back, become calm, relaxed, collect yourself, and just, you know, worry about what's happening in that very moment and just focus on that, because there's no point. You never know what's going to happen. You might get hit by a bus. You might randomly die. You know, there's been stories of people who have gone to a doctor's office and they get checked out and they're perfectly fine. They're perfectly healthy. They've been running marathons their entire life. They walk out the office and, you know, they die right there from, you know, whatever, getting shot, you know, even within themselves, even within their own health, they get cancers and stuff like that. So to me, I think it's pointless if it's pointless to worry. It's pointless to take things too serious. Especially things like getting old, like that's so far away. And by the time you're old, you're not going to want to live anymore anyways. When you're like 10 years away from dying, you're going to be like, fuck this earth. I hate this shit. You know, you're just not going to care anymore. You're just going to be on this, You're gonna be, you know, on this level of, I don't care, I've already experienced everything, I'm good, I'm ready to go on with, you know, my journey, I'm ready to move on. And when you're ready to move on, you will feel that way. And you know, if you don't, and you don't get old, then that's even better, because you don't have to go through all the old stuff that old people do. You won't have all those bills to worry about. You'll be out of your misery. It'll be awesome. That's, you know, to me, that's the ideal death, is just getting away, getting it done before, you know, before you get old and you hate your existence. So that's what I say about getting old. I don't know. This is just a random topic that I just had to address. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys like this kind of commentary, let me know. Like and favorite. Peace out. God damn, girl, you got a fat ass.
Hey, instead of sitting here spanking the monkey, why don't you go ahead and like my boy GFXLab on Facebook. www.facebook.com/GFXLab.